Alexandra Eala has become one of the most talked about young names in world tennis, not just for what she's doing on the court, but for what people are saying off it. At just 20 years old, she carries the weight of a nation's expectations, the spotlight of global media, and now, according to viral blogs, the label of a young star who allegedly snapped when pushed too far. A dramatic story recently circulated online, claiming that Eala unleashed a fiery verbal confrontation during a studio appearance. A moment so intense, it allegedly froze the room and silenced critics. But what really happened? And how does this moment fit into the larger story of a young athlete navigating fame, pressure, and scrutiny? Today, we're breaking it all down: the rise, the rumors, the viral drama, and the reality behind Alexandra Eala's growing global presence. And before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the biggest stories in tennis and sports culture. Alexandra Eala's story has always been one of promise. From her early years training at the Rafa Nadal Academy, she stood out not just for her talent, but for her discipline and maturity well beyond her age. Junior Grand Slam success quickly marked her as a future star, and for years, fans waited for the moment when her game would finally translate to the professional stage. That breakthrough came in emphatic fashion. In 2025, Eala shocked the tennis world with a series of high-profile wins that pushed her into the global spotlight. She defeated established stars, climbed the rankings rapidly, and became the highest-ranked Filipino player in WTA history. For many fans back home, she wasn't just winning matches, she was rewriting national sporting history. But with every breakthrough comes attention, and with attention comes pressure. As Eala's profile grew, so did the expectations placed on her shoulders. Every match, every loss, every interview began to attract analysis. Social media magnified everything: praise when she won, criticism when she stumbled. Unlike established veterans who have learned to tune out the noise, Eala is still early in her journey. She's learning how to manage not just elite competition, but the relentless public gaze that follows rising stars in modern sport. This context is important when discussing the viral gossip story that exploded online, because it frames why such a moment, if it happened, resonated so strongly with fans. According to a dramatic report published on a viral gossip website, the same link circulating widely on social media, Alexandra Eala was allegedly involved in a heated confrontation during a studio appearance meant to discuss her career and recent controversies. The article claims that during the discussion, Eala was repeatedly questioned in a way she perceived as dismissive, disrespectful, or overly critical. The tone, according to the blog, shifted from professional analysis to personal judgment, and that's when things supposedly escalated. The headline describes Eala allegedly snapping back with words along the lines of, "Shut up! Who do you think you are to talk to me like that?" The article paints a picture of a stunned studio, frozen hosts, and an audience caught off guard by the intensity of her response. Each word, the blog claims, hit like a punch, silencing criticism and turning the power dynamic in the room upside down. It's a gripping story, emotional, dramatic, and tailor-made for viral sharing. Here's where responsibility matters. This alleged confrontation has not been confirmed by major sports networks, official broadcasters, or Alexandra Eala herself. The story appears primarily on sensational blog platforms known for dramatic storytelling rather than verified journalism. That doesn't automatically mean the story is false, but it does mean it should be treated as unverified viral gossip, not established fact. In today's media landscape, young athletes are often used as clickbait, their emotions exaggerated, moments taken out of context, or even fully fabricated to drive engagement. This is especially true for rising stars whose fan bases are passionate and highly reactive. The reason this story gained traction so fast is simple. It felt believable. Fans have watched Eala endure intense scrutiny. They've seen her composure tested after tough losses, controversial calls, and relentless questioning. The idea that a young athlete might finally push back against what she perceives as unfair treatment resonates deeply with supporters. To many fans, the alleged outburst wasn't a meltdown. It was a moment of self-defense, a young woman refusing to be spoken down to. A reminder that behind the rankings and results is a human being. Others, however, expressed concern. They worried that public confrontations, real or rumored, could distract from her career and feed negative narratives she doesn't need. Whether or not the incident occurred exactly as described, the reaction to the story highlights a broader issue in sports. Male athletes who speak forcefully are often praised as passionate or fiery. Young female athletes, on the other hand, are frequently labeled emotional, difficult, or unprofessional for the same behavior. Eala's rumored confrontation tapped directly into this double standard. Supporters argued that standing up for oneself should not be controversial, especially in an environment where young women are often spoken to with less respect. Notably, Alexandra Eala has not publicly addressed the viral story. No confirmation, no denial, no clarification. This silence could mean many things. It could suggest the story is exaggerated and not worth engaging with. It could also reflect professional advice to avoid fueling gossip cycles that disappear as quickly as they appear. In many cases, silence is the smartest move, especially for an athlete focused on long-term success rather than short-term headlines. Whether the studio confrontation happened exactly as described or not, the story symbolizes something very real: the growing tension between young athletes and the media ecosystems surrounding them. Alexandra Eala represents a new generation, globally visible, socially aware, and less willing to accept outdated hierarchies. Her career is unfolding in an era where every moment can be clipped, exaggerated, and reshaped for clicks. The challenge for her, and others like her, is learning how to protect their mental space while continuing to perform at the highest level. So, what's the truth behind the viral Alexandra Eala story? What we know for sure is this: she is a historic talent, a national icon in the making, and a young athlete navigating immense pressure in real time. What remains uncertain is whether the dramatic studio confrontation unfolded exactly as viral blogs described, or whether it was amplified storytelling designed for attention. Either way, one thing is clear: Alexandra Eala's voice, presence, and impact are growing, both on and off the court. And as her career continues to rise, so will the stories, the scrutiny, and the debates surrounding her. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more balanced, thoughtful breakdowns of the biggest stories in tennis and sports culture, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Because the story of Alexandra Eala is far from over, and the next chapter might be even bigger.